जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी
गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना
यशोदानंदना व्रज जनरंजना
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना
यशोदानंदना व्रज जनरंजना
यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी
जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी
गोपी जना वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी
गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना
यशोदानंदना व्रज जनरंजना
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना
यशोदानंदना व्रज जनरंजना
यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी
यमुना तीरवनचारी कुंज बिहारी
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
जय ओम विष्णुपाल परम सदृष्टोत्र श्रीमद सी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्लोकपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की नामाचार्य ठाकुर की षड गोस्वामी प्रभु की प्रेम सको श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरव तरंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण चंद्र की, श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की, श्री श्री गौरनिताय की, श्री श्री श्रीनिवास गोविंदा की, श्री श्री प्रहलाद वसुदेव की, निताय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिनि। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। वेलकम टू एवरीवन. So after a long time we are going to have a class today. I'm extremely so sorry for quite a long period I could not take the class. So today we'll be discussing about the life history of Madhvacharya. First let us discuss why many philosophies came into existence, like Buddhism, Advaita philosophy, and Vishishta Advaita, then Dvaita. There are many philosophies. Why did it come into existence? Previously, there was only one philosophy, only one dharma. That is called Sanatana Dharma. What is Sanatana Dharma? Savai pumsam parodharma eto bhaktir hadokshaje hayatuki hapratiyata e atma suprasidati. The ultimate dharma, the paradharma, is to render service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead without any interruption, without any personal motivation. This is called paradharma. This is called paradharma or Sanatana Dharma. Gradually, this dharma declined. In this age of Kali, people have forgotten the real dharma, the Sanatana Dharma, and they got addicted to eat meat, killing the animals. Many sinful activities started performing, no compassion. So there is a need for a Lord to appear to stop this violence to animals. People, the so-called people in the age of Kali, due to being less intelligent, and they took the authority of Vedas. And there is a mention in the Shastras, one can perform sacrifice, animal sacrifice, that is there, but not for eating. There are cow sacrifice, horse sacrifice, many sacrifices are there recommended in the Shastras. But in this age of Kali, all the sacrifices are forbidden because there is no qualified Brahmana who can chant mantra properly to get back the animals. When the animal is sacrificed in the fire, it has to take the new form or it has to get promotion. But there are no qualified Brahmanas who can chant mantras perfectly to give the new life to the animal. So therefore, all the sacrifices are forbidden. But people less intelligent, they won't eat meat. They have taken the Shastra to show. There is a mention of sacrifice in the Shastra, and everywhere there was slaughterhouse. People started killing animals too much. So in order to stop this killing of animals and stop the sinful activities of the people, Lord appeared as Buddha. When? around 2500 years ago. And what was his preaching? What was his teaching? Stop killing animals, practice non-violence. People started bringing the Vedas and started saying it is stated in the Shastra that we can sacrifice animals. Buddha said, I do not accept. I do not accept the Shastra. He rejected. Because less intelligent people cannot understand. Therefore, he rejected. And those who are faithless, non-believers, atheistic people, followed the instruction of Buddha. Followed the instruction of Buddha. As a result, they started practicing this non-violence and all the moral principles. This non-violence and moral principles are the first step towards spiritual realization. So, although the atheistic people did not believe in God, but they believed in Lord Buddha. In this way, Lord Buddha deluded the atheistic people. Those who did not wish to follow God, they followed Buddha, who is none other than God Himself. Actually, it is a mercy of Lord Buddha upon the atheistic people to follow Him. And what was the teaching of Lord Buddha? The main teaching of Lord Buddha is this basic principles: non-violence, become free from kama, krodha, moha. This all aggravate our desires. As a result, a person keeps taking birth again and again. Therefore, one has to stop all these things. One has to become free from all kinds of material desires. Lust, greed, anger, envy. This material body is the source of all miseries. So one has to give up this material body. One has to attain nirvana. One has to attain enlightenment and attain nirvana. Nirvana means to put an end to the suffering, endless suffering. To get free from the cycle of birth and death. That's called nirvana. The main philosophy of Buddha is to attain nirvana, become free from the cycle of birth and death. He preached non-violence and he did not accept Shastras. The next came Shankaracharya. He brought Vedas. He brought Vedas. And he did not preach about the personal aspect of the absolute truth. He accepted the Vedas and accept the soul, accept this material body, the source of suffering, but he did not present the conclusion of the Shastra. He did not present the conclusion of the Shastra. He started saying that I am the same Brahman. The Atma is the same Brahman. There is no difference between I and God. Both Jivatma and Paramatma to be the one and same. Just like a river, it has got separate identity when it flows. When it goes and merges with the ocean, it loses its identity and becomes one with the ocean. Similarly, the soul who is engaged within the material body. Once the material body is removed, the soul becomes one with the God, one with the Brahman. The soul will become one with the Brahman. Just like a river enters into the ocean, it becomes one with the ocean. Similarly, the soul, once it gives up the material body, becomes merges with the Brahman. So, therefore, Shankaracharya started saying, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. This Jagat, this material world is false. This material world is false. Brahman is truth. Brahman is truth. There are few things are there called Mahavakyas. in the Upanishads some sentences which says the Brahman and Atma are one and the same. It is said, Ekam eva Dvitiya Brahma, means Brahman is one without second. I am Atma Brahma, means the Atma and the Brahman is one and the same. Sarvam Kalu Idam Brahma, everything is Brahman. Whatever it is there, everything is Brahman. Ham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, I am that Brahman. Tattvamasi, you are that, the Supreme. So these are the Mahavakyas of Upanishads that Shankaracharya took to start saying that there is no difference between Jivatma and Paramatma. They are one and the same. As long as the material body is there, they are separate. Once they give up the material body, they become one with the Brahman. So their goal is to become free from all the material sufferings, the same like a Buddhist. Because this material body is the source of all suffering. So, not to stop this suffering, one has to give this material body. It is said in the Padma Purana, Lord Shiva says to Parvati, nice word, what is the word? Mayavadam asachatram prachannam baudhum uchyate. Maeva Vitam Devi Kalau Brahmana Murtina. Lord Shiva says to Parvati, my dear wife, in this age of Kali, I will take the form of a Brahmana and preach Vedanta. Vedanta in a covered way, in a atheistic way. I preach Vedanta with Asat Shastram. Asat Shastram means false scriptures. I present the Vedanta philosophy with false scripture. Asat Shastram. It's a covered way. It's similarly like a Buddhist. In atheistic way, I present the Vedanta similar to Bauddha Uchyate. It's kind of Buddhist philosophy. So, in order to overcome the evil influence of Buddhism and spread the Vedanta philosophy, Shankaracharya, Lord Shiva appeared as Shankaracharya and propagated this Advaita philosophy to say that Brahman and Paramatma, the Jiva and Paramatma to be the one and same. And he deviated, distorted the real fact. Why? That was required at the time. Because people started following Buddha and they gave up the scriptures. Now they have to bring back them to scriptures. Therefore, he followed almost, he had to make some compromise with the Buddhist philosophy. Buddhist philosophy is almost like atheist. They don't believe in the Shastra. So he has to present more or less similar to Buddhist philosophy so that to bring the people to Shastras. To bring the people away means towards Shastras. That was required at the time. There was no need to preach Mayavada philosophy. Then Lord Shiva further says to Parvati, my dear wife, I will present the philosophy, Mayavada philosophy, the Kali Yuga, even if any learned scholar hears my commentary, he will fall down. Even though one may be very intelligent, very learned scholar, if he hears my Mayavada philosophy, he will fall down. This is most inauspicious for the people in general. This is most inauspicious for the people in general because I will present both Jiva, Jivatma and Paramatma to be the one and the same. So this is the philosophy of Shankaracharya he was told to do this work by Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna asked Lord Shiva to appear in the Kali Yuga, to deviate people from the path of Buddhism to Vedic way. Their goal is to attain or to get free from this mental bondage and merge into the Brahman, become one with the Brahman, to lose their identity. They want to lose their identity. Of course, it's not possible to lose the identity, but that is their goal. They want to become one with the Brahman. This is the Shankaracharya philosophy. Then came, this is called Advaita. Then came Vishishtadvaita, brought by Ramanujacharya. Shankaracharya said the world is false, Brahman is truth. But Vishishtadvaita philosophy says, no, the world is real, Brahman is also truth. The Jivatma and the material world, the universe, they are distinct from the Brahman, distinct from the Lord. But Shankaracharya said, Sarvam Kalu Idam Brahma. Everything is Brahman. The world is a Brahman, I am Brahman, you are a Brahman, everything is Brahman. Ramanuja says, the material world, the jivas, the souls, are completely distinct from the Brahman. The Brahman is Lord Narayana. Brahman is, the Supreme Brahman is Lord Narayana. We are completely different from the Narayana. Although we are different from Narayana, but we are inseparable. The jivas and the material universe are inseparable from Lord Narayana. Just like the soul in the body, it's inseparable. The body, soul, we cannot take it out. Soul is there, let me take the soul and put somewhere else. No, it's inseparable. Whichever body it is there. Similarly, the Jiva and the Supreme Lord, Narayana, the body and the soul, both are different identities. I am not the soul, entire body is not the soul. The soul is different, the body is different. Both have got different identities. Similarly, Jivatma and Paramatma, the Supreme Brahman, have got different identity, but they are inseparable. The Ramanuja philosophy says, Vishishtadvaita, this Brahman is Lord Narayana. All the souls and the material universe are different. At the same time, it's inseparable. The ultimate goal is to worship Lord Narayana, path of devotion, surrender to Lord Narayana, and engage in the devotional service and attain moksha. The liberation involves union with the Lord Narayana. They merge into Narayana, but yet they maintain the separate identity. Whereas Mayavadi, they want to lose their identity. Here, just like the body, the soul is there. The soul is small, but the body is big. Similarly, Vishishta Advaita philosophy says the Jiva enters into the Lord and maintain separate identities and enjoy the bliss equal to Narayana. They derive happiness equal to Lord Narayana, but they maintain the individuality. Although they enter into the body of the Lord, but they maintain the individuality. They do not merge. They keep their identity separately, but they want to enjoy the happiness as good as Narayana. That is their liberation. And Madhvacharya came. He spoke Dvaita philosophy. He said, no, there is a difference between the Brahman and Jiva and the material universe. All of them are separate. But Ramanuja said, although they are distinct but inseparable, but Madhvacharya says, no, they are eternally separate. They are eternally separate. That is the difference between Ramanuja philosophy and Madhvacharya philosophy. The individual soul is always separate from the Lord. It's not inseparable, distinct from the Lord. Each soul has got different distinction. Not all the souls are same. Each and every soul has got different things, identities. Lord has got different identity. We all have got different identities. And this path also, only by bhakti, only by surrendering unto Lord Krishna, one can attain liberation by through the path of devotional service. But after liberation, the soul go to the abode of Lord and it maintains independent identity, separate, and he render service unto the Lord and get pleasure. But he does not get equal pleasure or equal ananda of Lord Narayana or Vishnu or Krishna. Vishnu, Narayana, Krishna, Vibhu. We are Anu. So Madhvacharya maintains that always we are Anu. Lord is Vibhu. Whether after liberation or when you are conditioned, we are always Anu. Lord is great. This is the conclusion of Madhvacharya. And later, Chaitanya appeared. He brought the philosophy of Achintya Veda Abeda Tattva. Achintya Veda Abeda Tattva. The philosophy of simultaneously oneness and difference. The philosophy of simultaneously one with the Lord and different from the Lord. Since we jivas belong to Tatastha Shakti, jivas belong to middle level. Antaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti and Tatastha Shakti. Marginal potency. Therefore, we are part and parcel of Krishna. Therefore, we are one in quality with Lord Krishna. At the same time, we are Anu, is Vibhu. Qualitatively, we are one with the Lord, but quantitatively, we are different from Lord Krishna. So Chaitanya Prabhu said, what is it? Chaitanya said, Jivera Swarupa Haya Krishnera Nitya Dasa. The constitutional position of the living is eternally servant of Krishna. The Jiva is always servant of Krishna. He can never become Krishna, even after liberation. One can never become Krishna, even after liberation. He is always eternally servant of the Lord. This is the philosophy, because we are marginal potency. We are one with the Lord qualitatively, and quantitatively we are different from the Lord. Just like a drop of water from the ocean has got the same qualities as a ocean of water. Even 1 gram of gold from the mountain is also gold. Mountain also gold, but the quantity is different. That is unlimited. This is limited. So Chaitanya Prabhu brought this. Clear understanding. So systematically, once the people deviated from the path of Sanatana Dharma, it has been brought back to the original state. So Buddha came and stopped. I don't accept the Vedas. Then Shankaracharya accepted the Vedas, but he did not accept the conclusion of the Vedas. What is the conclusion of the Veda? Krishna says, Sarvasya cham risannivishto matasmrti jnanam aporam cha vedasya sarver hamyave vedya vedanta kritvede vidyeva cham. I am seated in everyone's heart as a Paramatma. From me comes knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness. I am known to be in all Vedas. I am known to be in all Vedas. The purpose of a Veda is to know Krishna. If after reading Vedanta or Vedas, if one does not come to know who is Krishna, then the purpose of reading Vedanta is no use. Similarly, Shankaracharya accepted Shastra, Vedas, but he did not present the conclusion of the Shastra because that was required at that time to change the Buddhist to accept Vedas. Then later, Ramanuja came and little more taken the next level. Then Madhvacharya has taken little more next level. Chaitanya presented the exact Sanatana Dharma. So different acharyas came and explained the relationship between the jiva and the Lord. So that's the reason all these philosophies came into existence. Now let's see Madhvacharya. In the 13th century, the time the Buddhism and the Mayavada philosophy was very strong in India. So at the time, South Indian Brahmanas were worshippers of Lord Ramachandra. As some people were followers of Tattvavada, some people are followers of Ramanujacharya. The Tattvavadi refers to the group of people who follow Madhvacharya. To distinguish his succession from the Mayavada philosophers, Madhvacharya named his group. It's called Tattvavadi group. Tattvavadi means Tattva, the truth. Present the truth as it is. The truth is Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has got eternal form. We are his servant. That is the truth. So he wanted to present the truth. Therefore, it is called, his group is called Tattvavadi group, Tattvavada group. So the Mayavadis were constantly being defeated by Tattvavadis. Mayavada philosophers were very, very strong at the time, but Tattvavadis started defeating Mayavadis. And they established the solid truth of the personal feature of the Supreme Absolute Truth. So one of the acharyas in the disciplic section from Madhu was called Madhavendra Puri, is 15th acharya from Madhvacharya. Madhavendra Puri was a disciple of Lakshmi Tirtha. Lakshmi Tirtha was a disciple of Vyasa Tirtha. Vyasa Tirtha was a disciple of Brahmanya Tirtha. Brahmanya Tirtha was the 13th disciple of disciplic succession from Madhvacharya. So it was Madhavendra Puri. He concluded the ultimate goal of the transcendentalism is to develop pure love for Krishna, to render unalloyed devotional service unto Krishna, to develop Krishna Prema, This is the purpose of this. So then later, after that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. The followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are known as Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So Madhvacharya belong to Brahma Sampradaya and we too belong to Brahma Sampradaya. But since we are all followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are called Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Till Lakshmi Tirtha, the Madhva's followers, nobody taught about the love of God, Krishna Prema. They're all practicing chanting and worshipping the deities. But it was Madhavendra Puri was the one person in the disciplic succession who exhibited a love of God. So therefore we are called Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. And Madhvacharya's main philosophy is, he quotes from Padma Purana, Madhvacharya, one who sees the living entity and the Supreme Lord as always distinct is very dear to the Lord. One who preaches the living entities are separate from the Supreme Lord is very dear to Lord Vishnu. So we can see the Madhvacharya's main theme of preaching, that the living entity is always distinct from the Lord. Unlike Mahavadi says, we are one with the Lord. So the main purpose of the mission of Madhvacharya is to defeat the philosophy of Shankaracharya and establish the personal feature of the absolute truth, the transcendental form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to establish the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in its transcendental form. That is the main mission of Madhvacharya. Prabhupada quotes in Bhagavatam about how Madhvacharya took some important points. He says, Madhvacharya says, there are three kinds of people. One is called Adama, lowest. Second class man is called Madhyama, the mediocre, intermediate. And the third class is called Uttama, the best. The Adama class, the lowest class, Adama class, the lowest class, he considered himself one with God. He considered himself one with God. There's no difference between himself and God, the low class person. But is separated. Now, at present, we are encaged in the material body. As long as one is designated, he has maintained the difference. The moment the body designation is over, one gives up this material body, he becomes one with the Brahman. Just like they gave the example, the pot, water pot and all, we generally, mud pot is there. We know the mud pot. The pot is compared to the body. And inside the pot, sky is there. Outside the pot also sky is there. Inside the pot also sky is there. Outside the pot also sky is there. So when we break the pot, the sky within the pot becomes one with the sky outside the pot. Similarly, the soul, Jiva, as long as we have got this material body, it is inside. Once we get free from this covering, the soul becomes one with the Brahman. This is what they present. This is called low class people. These people are called Adama, low class people. Low class men think that he himself God. And the mediocre person, middle class person, a Madhyama person, he knows that there is supreme control who controls all the Jiva's activities. And he does not consider himself as superior. He does not consider himself as a God. He knows very well, but he does not know who is that God. He understands there is a supreme power behind of all the creation who is controlling the nature and the Jivas. He's a mediocre. He does not know who is that. He's a mediocre, second level person. The third level is Uttama, the best, who knows the transcendental form of the Lord. The transcendental form of the Lord, from whom everything comes into existence. He is the best. He is the best. He always renders service unto the Lord, knowing that he is subordinate to the Lord. One who understands he is a servant, eternal servant of Lord, and renders service unto the Lord is the best among three people. Now let us discuss about Madhvacharya life history. These are the main instructions that philosophists we should know before going to the life history of Madhvacharya. The 13th century, early 13th century, there was one Brahmana called Madhvacharya Bhatta. He lived near Udupi. The place is called Pajak Kshetra. Pajak Kshetra. So he would go to Udupi every day and worship Ananteshwara, Lord Shiva. Although he was a devotee of Lord Vishnu, nevertheless he would go to the temple of Ananteshwara and worship, knowing him to be the servant of Lord Vishnu or Krishna. So he would regularly go visit. That is the main business, his duty. During that time, there was a great unrest among the demigods because there was a influence of Buddhism and Mayava philosophy in the 13th century too much. So the demigods were thinking, what to do. They all went to Lord Brahma. Then Brahma went to Lord Vishnu and said, "My dear Lord, that my sampradaya has been obscured. My sampradaya has been obscured by this Buddhism and Mayavada philosophers. Now there is a desperate need to re-establish the chain of descending succession. Please kindly favor, do something." So all the demigods were there with Lord Brahma. Brahma Lord requested. At the time, Lord Vishnu just started looking at all the demigods, and finally he looked at Lord Vayu, demigod Vayu, wind god, and said, "My dear Vayu, you must incarnate as Madhva and establish my personal form as a lost word in the absolute truth. Vadanti tat tattva vedas tattvam ajnanam advayu brahmeti paramatma iti bhagavan iti shabdyade." So Bhagavan is the lost word in the absolute truth. There are three ways to realize the God, the truth. The first phase is called Brahman. The middle phase is called Paramatma. The final phase, the ultimate phase is called Bhagavan. That is the personal features of the absolute truth. You should establish my personal feature to be the lost word in the absolute truth. You must defeat this Mayavada philosophy. You must defeat this Mayavada philosophy. And my devotees are hankering after someone should guide them. They want to engage in unallied devotional service. And they are constantly praying to me to send somebody to guide them to reach the destination. Therefore, I order you immediately take birth, the family of a pious Brahmana, and present the Vedanta philosophy properly, without any distortion. So Vayu heard this and with the folded hand accepted the service given by Lord Vishnu, and he left the place. At the time in Udupi, there was a great festival was celebrated on the day of Makara Shankaranti. There are thousands of people assembled in that temple, Ananteshwara temple. So when festival was going on, one person climbed the Dvajastambha. After climbing, he started dancing. He was like a crazy man. Suddenly, all of a sudden, he started climbing the Dvajastambha and started dancing to, to attract the attention of all the people. So everyone started looking at this person, and he grabbed everyone's attention. And he said, Vayu, wind god, one of the powerful associates of Lord Vishnu or servant of Lord Vishnu, is going to appear here very soon. He will finish all the Mayavada philosophers. He will smash the Mayavada philosophy into pieces and will establish the personality of Godhead, the transcendental form of the Lord, to be the absolute truth, and will also establish the process of pure devotional service. After saying this, the person, because actually Ananteshwara entered in the body of this man and spoke everything. After speaking that, he climbed down and walked into the crowd and gone. So all the people started going back. At the time, even the Madhyega Bhatta, who used to come from Pajakshitra to worship Ananteshwara, he was present and he went home and he did not know that that person who was speaking about the wind god, the Vayu, is going to take birth. He did not know that person will take birth as my son. So he went home and later he was very great scholar. He was very great devotee, always absorbed in reading, chanting the glories of the Lord. He was not inclined to enjoy anything for sense gratification. He was always absorbed in serving the Lord. And he studied Vedas. He was a very great scholar. Later, he got married to a girl who appeared in the family of a Brahmana who was a devotee of Lord Narayana. Her name was Vedavati. Both of them got married. Although they were young people, they did not show any interest in sense gratification. But they were completely absorbed in chanting and hearing the glories of the Lord, discussing about the glories of the Lord. One day, the Madhvacharya Bhatta said to his wife that I have decided to beget a son who will be worthy of being called as a putra, who can deliver his forefathers. He expressed his desire to his wife, and both of them decided to beget a son, and both of them went to their family deity Lord Narayana and prayed to the Lord. And they followed strict tapasya, just like Aditi followed a strict tapasya not to beget Vamanadeva. Lord Brahma advised Aditi to follow Payovrata Sramani, to subsist on drinking only milk for 12 years in order to purify her consciousness and to beget Lord Vamanadeva. Similarly, Vedavati and Madhvacharya Bhatta, both of them would drink only milk for 12 years continuously. And after performing this tapasya for 12 years, and he performed Garbhadana Samskara and went to the Lord. He wanted to take blessings from the Lord. My dear Lord, we want to have a son, and who will be able to preach the glories of the Lord, who will be able to establish the personal feature of the absolute truth. I want a son who will deliver people from the misery. So he prayed. Then after that, he saw the good time, auspicious time. Then he impregnated his wife Vedavati. At that time, Vayu entered into the womb of Vedavati. When Vayu entered into the womb of Vedavati, Vedavati became very beautiful, very luster, just like Devaki. When Krishna entered the womb of Devaki, she became very beautiful, very attractive. Similarly, Vedavati also became very beautiful, very attractive. And later, on the auspicious day, she delivered a male child, and the child was very, very beautiful, very attractive, very strong and stout, and chubby. So the father was very excited to have a son. Then he called in the year 1238, 1238, Madhvacharya appeared. That is 13th century. Ramanuja appeared almost nearly 200 years ago. This is 11th century beginning. Ramanuja appeared. So then Madhvacharya Bhatta called astrologers, and they performed Jata Karma, and the astrologers and all were seeing the birth chart of this child, newborn child, and they were very much surprised, completely surprised to see the auspicious signs of this small boy. They pointed out 32 symptoms of Mahapurusha in the body of this small boy. Then father, mother gave the name called Vasudeva to the small boy. Madhvacharya name, original name was Vasudeva. That was given by father and mother. And at the time, the astrologers and all said to that Madhvacharya Bhatta, this person is going to be an extraordinary scholar. He will establish the personalism would preach vigorously and deliver people from suffering. And also he told this boy, previously he was born as Hanuman and Bhima, and again he appeared as this boy. So this Madhvacharya Bhatta was very happy to receive this news from the astrologers. Then after they went, then mother and the child they were there, because generally they should not go out till particular period of time called confinement period time. They should not go out. So after the period is over, maybe 4 months or sometimes, mother and father want to take the son to go to Udupi and to the temple of Ananteshwara and to show the gratitude to the Lord for giving the son. So at that time, there were 3 people. They led a party. 3 people were standing, walking in front of Vedavati and this her husband, and 4 people were following them. So they went to the temple and offered obeisance, pray to Lord for giving such a wonderful son, and showed the respect, showed the gratitude to Lord. After offering prayer, he wanted to return to Pajak his town village. So while coming, he had to pass through some forest, dense forest. That particular area was actually possessed by a Brahma Rakshasa, powerful ghost. Whoever passes by, the ghost would harass this person. These people were not aware about this. Somehow, all the people, 3 people before, head of this Madhvacharya Bhatta and Vedavati and the boy, the child, and followed by 4 people. When they are passing through, one of the person who was going the front, he started vomiting blood and started screaming, passing stool, urine, and he was possessed by this Brahma Rakshasa. And this Madhvacharya Bhatta was a Brahmana. He knows chanting of mantras. He started putting water on the body of this front and started chanting different mantras in order to drive away the ghost, but no use. Rather, the ghost started influencing the person very badly. Situation became very tense, and this Bhatta did not know what to do. At the time, that ghost spoke in the body of this person, the friend of Madhvacharya Bhatta. Actually, I am capable of killing all the people because you entered my territory. However, I know very well that small boy child is none other than incarnation of Vayu, wind god. If he kindly place the dust of his lotus feet upon this person, I will immediately leave from this body. I will become free from the ghost, the body of the ghost. So Madhvacharya Bhatta was filled with anxiety to believe or not. Nevertheless, reluctantly took the child, somehow kept the lotus feet of this child upon this person who was possessed by the ghost. Then immediately the ghost left the body and he became normal. So all of them returned. Then everyone started speaking. Actually, the madman who spoke on the day, Magara Sankranti day, that same person appeared in our Pajak. So everyone started glorifying. Then later, when the boy was almost 6 months old, the mother always would take care of the boy, Madhvacharya, very nicely. So this, and she never wished to leave the company of her beloved child. She was very much attached to this boy, child, and one day she wanted to attend the household. She has to go somewhere out. So reluctantly, she told her elder daughter. This boy was second. Elder daughter. She told elder daughter, please take care of your brother. I'll go and finish my work and come back. So then after that, mother went, and this boy and sister, both of them were there. The boy started crying for milk. So sister started saying that don't cry, mother will come very soon. You don't cry. Then the boy did not leave, started crying heavily. Don't worry, very soon mother will come and feed you. But the boy did not stop. That girl was very tensed because she could not do anything. Unless mother comes, the boy cannot stop. Mother has to come and feed. So at the time, she was desperately seeking for mother. Mother did not come. So at the time, there was a bag of rice which is purchased for cow. It was purchased for cow to feed a cow. 40 kg rice. She went and opened little, and the grain fell down. And this child started crawling and went and started taking some grain, and started taking the grain and stopped crying. Somehow his hunger was satisfied by taking grain, and the girl she went out and looking for a mother. Somehow mother came back. So when both of them came to the spot, they were completely surprised to see the small child ate all the 40 kg rice. All the 40 kg rice, the small child ate everything. Sitting inside the bag, he entered inside the bag and ate everything. Mother was completely shocked and said, even the cow cannot eat, bull cannot eat so much. Young bull cannot eat so much rice. How this small baby can eat? She was not able to understand. Finally, she called some doctors and all and tried to find out whether because the child ate so much rice, whether anything, there will be a health concern, it may create trouble for the child. So when the physicians and all saw everything's normal, and they went. And this boy would perform wonderful pastimes, just like a Krishna would perform his Leela to attract all the attention of Vrajavasis. Similarly, the boy also would speak in like a broken language, and that would attract attention of all the people. One day he grew up almost 1 year old, and he was started walking on his own, and went to cow shed and saw one bull, big bull, and went and caught hold of the bull, the tail of the bull. The bull was very strong and started running here and there, and he was catching the tail of the bull, and the bull started going everywhere here and there, all the rough and tough surface, but they did not give up the tail of the bull. He was holding and smiling. So it went on till evening, but meanwhile all the people in the house, they could not find this boy, and started searching everywhere. All of them filled with anxiety. Whole day they were searching. In the end, the bull came to the cow shed, and still he was holding. And everyone started scolding him. Where have you been? Don't you know that your mother and father were completely filled with anxiety? But when they saw the smiling face of the small boy, they were not able to scold, and then left. They felt satisfied that at least the boy has come back. Then one day, after some time, the boy was almost 3 years or 4 year old. He went to father, and father was sitting. The boy went, my dear father, I am feeling hungry. I want to eat something. I want to eat something. Please give me something. Father said, my dear son, I cannot feed you at present because I purchased one bull. I did not pay money for the person. I did not pay money for the bull. The person who gave me the bull, he has come here and asking for the money. And he was sitting at the entrance, and he was fasting. Until he get the money, he said he will not go away. So when he is fasting, how can I feed? How can I feed my family members? So, my dear father, you don't worry. You tell mommy to make nice preparation. I'll go and pay the money. So after saying that, he went to the backyard, and there's a tamarind tree. And generally, the tamarind would fall. Would take the seed of the tamarind. Generally, people and all would play with this, thinking that it's like a cash. So he collected all the tamarind seed, put in a small bag, and kept it there. I went to the person and said, you want money, no? For giving the bull to my father? Okay, come back. I will give the money. So the person who wanted to take the money, he was very much captivated by the beauty of the small boy. And he came, and he just, I'll give, you can take your money. So that boy started putting the tamarind seed. So he was thinking, that person who came to ask money was thinking, this boy is joking, playing with me. And this boy started putting the tamarind seed. within short time, within few seconds, all the tamarind seed became gold. All the seeds became gold. Was extremely happy. Who? The person who came to collect the money for giving the bull, extremely happy. He got much more than what he's supposed to get. Immediately went to Madhvacharya Bhatta and said, thanks a lot for giving so much money, but I got much more than what I supposed to get. After that, Vasudeva and all the family members had nice feast. Once again, the person came to ask money for some other purpose, expecting he will get more gold coin. But this time, this boy Vasudeva gave not gold, but Bhakti Lata Bija. Bhakti Lata Bija he gave. So he became very happy and he was very satisfied by getting this devotional service from this boy. Then went. So then later, this boy started growing, and father felt this person should be, because he reached one stage where he should be taught Vidyarambha. He should learn because he's very sharp. Whatever is taught, he would remember everything without fail. He would grasp immediately. Only once he hears, he would remember. That was the learning capacity of this small boy. One day, all of them went to attend one festival, family festival. That was the Vedavadi's birthplace. All of them went. This boy, father, mother, all of them went, and all of them joined. Generally, when we go to a native place, all the family members. Festival means all the family members would come. So when they started seeing all the people, they started asking, "How are you? About your children, family, job, this all things and all." This boy was not interested in all things and all. Somehow he felt that I should not stay here. Lord inspired him to leave the place and go to the temple. Small boy, he was little, maximum 3 or 4 year old, and he walked alone, went to village almost 2 kilometers from this place, and went and had darshan of Lord Narayana, and offered obeisances and prayed to Lord Narayana. And all the people who saw this beauty of the boy started asking, "Who are you? Where are you from? And where are you going?" He would not speak anything, simply would smile. He simply would smile. Then finally he went to Udupi, so far away from this place. He started walking, went to Udupi, and there he offered obeisance to Ananteshwara and started looking at the deities, started offering prayers. All the scholars who saw this boy was offering wonderful namaskara, obeisances to the deity and praying, they were totally stunned. Meanwhile, all the people started seeing the boys missing in the village where they came to attend the festival. So nobody could see the boy. Started asking. Practically, the festival came to a halt. Everyone was busy in searching the boy. So all are tensed. Somehow the Madhvacharya Bhatta came to Udupi and saw his boy, his son, standing in front of Ananteshwara offering prayer. He came and embraced, started kissing the boy because he got back his son, and asked, "My dear son, how did you come here all alone? Because it's a forest. How did you reach? How do you know the path to come to this place?" At the time he said, "My dear father, actually I am never alone. Lord Hare brought me here. Lord Hare brought me here." So he was pleased and prayed to Ananteshwara, "My dear Lord, my son wants to go here and there, but the place is filled with a lot of wild animals and thieves. Kindly protect my son from the wild animals and from thief." So after saying that, after offering prayers to Ananteshwara, he took the boy and went to the place where they attended the program, and they returned to Pajakshetra. So then after that, one more incident happened. Mother took the son to attend one more festival, the religious program near to her village. There are a lot of one program was happening where pujas, homas, sacrifice, and talk discourse on the Purana, and somewhere wedding also was happening. So the boy and the mother, only two of them went. and the mother had started attending the wedding, and the boy was not showing interest in attending wedding. He saw someone was talking about Puranas, event and sat there, and the scholar was very great scholar, known scholar, and he was speaking on the Puranas and explaining some story, and he was 4 year old boy. There are many audience, hundreds of audience were sitting and hearing from the scholar, and the small boy got up and said, "You are speaking, you are narrating some story. Actually, it does not confirm. That does not confirm with authorities like Vyasadeva and Shukadeva Goswami. But what you are speaking is simply a mental speculation. It's not authoritative." After speaking this, he started giving the correct version of the story and gave the correct purport, very crystal clear purport of the story. And when the people saw this, they were amazed how the small boy could speak wonderfully and giving such a exemplary explanation. They are very much satisfied. After that, both mother and son went to Pajakshetra. So what happens further, that we'll discuss the next class. It's almost 7 minutes they've crossed. Srila Madhvacharya ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Hare Krishna. Thank you. There will be no quiz today because I was a bit occupied. We'll see next time. Thank you.